Again, I have absolutely no idea what just happened, but we're gonna try to figure this out, right? Okay. Mystic with the message. And I'm back for another vlog. Okay. Oh, we are here to talk about pregnancy. Hi. Y'all see my tummy? I'm so huge. Look how big I am. I'm only 14 weeks and I'm not poking my belly out. I will get up, but I'm not gonna close up like that. So, yes. 14 weeks pregnant and I have yet to see a doctor. What is that like for me? Um, First of all, let's talk about have any of my symptoms changed? No, not necessarily. I don't think so. Um, been gaining some of my energy back. Very high in energy for the most part. So for like today and yesterday, I was very tired. Um, Using the bathroom a lot more frequently, for sure. Absolutely no constipation, which is awesome. I definitely want to talk about my constipation real quick. I know that a lot of people don't want to talk about poop, but poop is the thing, especially when you're pregnant. It's very important to talk about your poop, okay? Um, and we celebrate our poops, right? Okay, so at the beginning of my pregnancy, I was constipated all the time. I would go literally 3, 4 days without pooping, and that is so terrible. Okay, guys, give me 1 second. Let me try to get this right because I don't want to be using up too much light. Got on two lights, and I don't want to have on two lights because the electric bill, maybe. Okay, so in the beginning of my pregnancy, I would be constipated all the time. Constipated, constipated, constipated. Like I said, I would go 3 or 4 days, like just constipated and have not took a poop, and that was so terrible. And I was just constantly trying to figure out ways how can I get my movements going? Like, how can I become more consistent with my poops? Like, because being constipated is a very terrible thing, especially when you're pregnant. So horrible to deal with. Yes, it's so horrible to deal with. Oh my gosh. I can't. Okay, so, but now I've become more and more consistent with my poops. I poop at least once or twice a day, and that's awesome. I can say that I haven't had a day go by where I did not poop in a while now. Um, so that's really great. Especially considering since like reading about like what pregnancy symptoms will be, they say that like around this time you start to become more constipated more often. But me personally, I have not become more constipated. I have actually got rid of my constipation issues, so that is so wonderful. Um, Any other symptoms? No, I don't have any other symptoms. Cravings, just craving a lot of pasta. Like I just want pasta a lot. Other than that, nothing. Um, like I said, I've been more energetic and I've been feeling a lot better. So it's great so far. I feel wonderful. The only thing that I'll be like kind of back and forth about is just how big I feel. Like I feel so huge, and I am pretty large for my baby bump is pretty large for maybe um 14 weeks, only 14 weeks. And I've been getting people telling me like you're probably having twins because you're so big and da 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 da. And it's like, well, we'll find out soon. So I don't know. I don't care. Um, but this video is mainly about like talking about the fact that I don't go to the doctor. And I feel like was a video that was very important for me to make because I know that I'm not the only woman out there who feel like, okay, well, I don't want to do the doctor thing. Like I don't who don't who already knows the system and they know what and doctor's office and things like that are capable of, and they understand what those processes may do to them and their child. Like, it's a lot of things that people don't understand, like the pills and the shots and the radiation from the ultrasounds and all that kind of stuff that they be putting your body through. It can actually end up harming you way more than it can help you, and a lot of people don't understand that. So I know that I'm not the only woman out there who is going through um this type of situation, choosing to not go to the doctor as often as other people are used to going to doctors, or maybe not even going to a doctor at all. um I know I'm not alone, and I know that there is somebody out there who needs to hear what I have to how I feel about, needs to hear that they're not alone, you know, because even though I know I'm not alone, I don't know anybody personally who is choosing to go through their process the way that I'm choosing to go through mine. And okay, so I went over a little bit of how I feel about doctors. I've been going over a little bit how I feel about doctors for the last, in a few different of my videos. Like if you've been watching my channel and keeping up with me, like I said, I don't believe in taking pills and prescriptions, getting shots or anything that um may affect me or may affect my child in a certain way. I don't believe in consuming or allowing anything that's not natural into my body. So I don't really feel the need to too much go to a doctor's office to receive pills or prescriptions or anything that's unnatural, but I know already how to keep myself balanced and healthy. I've already been practicing, you know, keeping myself in a healthy diet and in a healthy space before I even got pregnant. And I wouldn't have never decided to get pregnant or to have a child and bring a child in this world if I didn't feel that I was confident enough to do it in the way that I'm choosing to do it. But I have a lot of family members like who are not trying to support me on this wave, and who's not trying to support me in my decision. They just feel like, okay, well, I'm young and this is my first child and I don't know what I'm doing and I'm trying to be naive, or I don't, I'm going to cause problems, or whatever. Just a lot of negative feedback about it. And that I can say is very hard for me, because like I don't have support in that, and it's irritating, and sometimes it hurts because it's like I'm not naive and I'm not stupid. I know that this is my first child, but that doesn't mean that I don't know how to be a mother. And I'm not that young. I'm only 23 years old. Well, I'm only 23 years old, but I'm not a teenager and I'm not in high school. And this is not just some random, oh, I got pregnant by accident. Like, no, this was all planned, and these are decisions that we made together as a couple, and we chose to do this way together because we knew that we were capable of doing it in the manner that we're choosing to do it in, and that we're intelligent enough to know how to keep a healthy pregnancy going. But I get a lot of backlash, like, oh, well, you're just being naive and you don't know what you're talking about, and you need to go to a doctor. You need to go because something wrong could be happening. And just a lot of people who feel doubtful because they're not used to seeing someone doing it the way that I'm doing it, even though actually before doctors and all that even existed, people were out here getting pregnant, not even seeing their baby, not even knowing what the sex of the baby was until they gave birth, not even knowing what the baby looked like, not even knowing if the baby was even facing down before they even started pushing, you know? Um, like all that stuff is new, and they only created it just to find another way to control people's minds and make them believe that they can't do something like this on their own without the help of a third party. Now, I'm not saying that I'm against having a midwife or a nurse. We are actually looking for a doula. And if you don't know what a doula is, then you're just gonna have to do that research for yourself because I don't feel like I explain it. But basically, it's a holistic home home midwife. Um, but I can say that that is hard. That I have to deal with that. Um, and like I said, well, and I also want to state that I'm not against, I'm not completely against going to the doctor. Of course, this is my first child, and I want to be able to have that experience of hearing my baby's heartbeat and seeing having eyes on my baby and knowing what the sex of my baby is and stuff like that. Like there are certain things that I do want to have and I do want to do, and I am working towards, putting myself in a situation where I can make that happen. Of course, I'm already planning to go have all that stuff done, but I'm not in a huge rush to go to a doctor because that's something that I don't necessarily believe in. Like I'm not that's not a huge thing for me. Um like I already expressed multiple times, it's not for me. I'm not, big on the whole doctor thing. But a lot of people, they look at it like, okay, well, if you're not going to the doctor, then that's child neglect, there is borderline child abuse, or you're not healthy. You can't possibly be healthy if the doctor doesn't tell you that you're healthy. But it's like, okay, if you're healthy and then you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you you were healthy before you went to the doctor. So, why does the opinion of a doctor have to solidify how much belief you have within yourself, or how or you're healthy just because the doctor says you're healthy? Like you're not healthy because like you're not healthy because you've been taking care of yourself and you've been making sure that you're taking the proper steps to make sure that you're having a healthy pregnancy. Like you're not healthy until the doctor comes in and draws your blood and pokes you with a needle and give you six different prescriptions of pills and pushes deep into your stomach with their hands just to make sure they can feel your baby is there. Like until all that is done, you're not healthy until you have to go through all that. Like, why is that? Why is it that you're not healthy until a doctor pokes you with a fucking needle? Why is it that you're not healthy until a doctor tells you that you're you're at a okay weight right now, but we still need you to gain about 10 to 15 pounds? Why are you not okay? Like, why are you not healthy until a doctor certifies that? Like, I don't get that. I don't understand that. And it's like it's a little nerve wracking for me because it's like I have been on this trying to make myself, my body, my mind, my spirit more balanced and being in the most healthy space that I can possibly be in for a while now. And like I said, we made plans and we made sure that we took the proper precautions before we decided to have a child. So how like how could how could I possibly stress myself out because I'm not doing the same as everybody else is doing, or I don't feel like I should be moving the same way that everybody else moves. When I'm my own person, and I've never moved the same way as anybody else moved in my entire life. Like I've always been someone to do something different. So since I'm not doing it the same way that everybody else is used to, I'm doing something wrong in their opinion and in their eyes. And how can that even be fair? But life's not fair, so that's okay. I do my best to in this situation. I do my best to just stay firm in what I believe and what I know, and continue to keep myself in a healthy space, physically, spiritually, and mentally, um, and keep in balance. Because a lot of people who will tell you that you're doing the wrong thing or you're doing something wrong, 9 times out of 10 is not even doing half of the things that you're doing. Like it's a lot of people who are against the way that I'm trying to go about my pregnancy, who are not even as healthy as I am in this stage of pregnancy. So it's like you're you're in a space to where you're overweight, you are having a lot of trouble with even getting around. You don't even you don't eat right. You don't even drink water. Water is not even a thing to you, and you feel that you have the right to criticize me about the way that I decide to go through my process. It doesn't make sense to me and it doesn't add up, but that's okay. Um, like I said, I just do my best to try to um, stand firm in what I believe and what I know, because it's not only what I believe, it's what I actually know, what knowledge I have actually gained. But like I said, it's a lot of people, especially since in my family, it's a lot of people who look at me like I'm still young or like I'm a teenager or some bullshit like that, and so they feel like, oh, well, this is your first child, and since you've never gone through this process before, you don't know how to how to go about it. And it's like, no, I know exactly what I'm doing. um I may not have ever had a child before, but firstly, my husband has had 2 children before, and so he knows a lot more. And secondly, like I said, we did our preparations and we do our daily research, and we are always constantly on it, making sure that I'm receiving everything that I'm supposed to receive in a natural way, making sure that there's nothing that is harmful that goes into my body that will be passed on to our child or children. And I'm pretty sure if I was not in a healthy space, I wouldn't be this big this early on in my pregnancy. That's for sure. I definitely wouldn't be this big. Um, I have not experienced any negative side effects whatsoever so far during this pregnancy, and I will not be expecting myself to experience any negative side effects at any point during this pregnancy. Um, I have total faith within myself, even if others don't. And I'm always gonna have total faith within myself and within my knowledge, even if others don't. I don't care like whoever feels like I'm not capable of being a good um being a good mother, because I feel like if you're telling me that I don't know what I'm doing within my pregnancy, or I'm being naive, or I'm being wrong about whatever route I choose to take during this process, then you're telling me that I'm being a bad mother. So I don't care about whoever feels like I'm not trying to be the best mother that I can, because you have the wrong perspective, or you're seeing it in the wrong way. You can tell me what you think that I need, but at the end of the day, I'm always gonna know what I need and what my child needs and what I should be giving myself and my child. And not everybody has to agree with how I feel or what I'm thinking, because it's not for everybody else to agree with. It's about me. It's for me to agree with. Like I said, I take very good care of myself. I eat right every day. I make sure that I'm getting my fresh air. I'm getting as much sunlight as I can during this time. I'm making sure that I am getting all the vitamins and nutrients that I am needing at this time. Make sure that I'm doing my daily research every single day to make sure that I'm staying up on everything that I need. Um, that I need during the different stages in my pregnancy and during my birth and labor process. Um, Not silly, I'm not naive. This is not a teenage pregnancy. We're not talking about MTV's Teen Mom here. We're not talking about a crazy 16-year-old who just got pregnant by quote unquote accident, which is quote unquote because pregnancy is not a freaking accident. Because if you're out here having unprotected sex, then you're out here trying to get pregnant. Um, this wasn't an accident. Not young and dumb. Like, I'm 23, my husband is 30 years old. I'm pretty sure we know a little bit about pregnancy and babies. Especially, like I said, it's gonna be round three for him. So it's not like we just out here blind, like, oh well, we just don't know what to do. No, we know exactly what we're doing, and everything is moving at in divine timing, and it's all gonna move in a time and pace that it's supposed to move in. But yeah, I just want to get that out there. Because, like I said, I know that other people need to hear it. And then at the same time, I haven't done a vlog for you guys in a minute, so there's my vlog. Um, yeah. Um, and I really don't care, or I really could not care. I really don't. I really try not to care, but at the same time, I'm a Cancer with a Pisces moon, and my chart is filled with a lot of Cancer energy, and I'm very sensitive and I'm very emotional. Plus, I'm pregnant and I have pregnancy hormone, so I can say that it does hurt my feelings a little bit that people don't have enough confidence within me to know that I'm smart enough to know what I'm doing. But at the same time, like, I just look at it as like other people don't have the same beliefs as I do, and other people don't have the same understandings as I do. So I don't know, let what other people have to say or their thoughts or opinions affect what I'm doing, because at the end of the day, this pregnancy is gonna go the way that I want it to go, and it's not about what anybody else wants me to want, or wants me to need, or wants me to feel like I have to have. Like, no, it's not about what anybody else feels or thinks. It's about me. This is about me. and my child and my husband. It's about us. It's not about anybody else. So, um, but yeah, I feel absolutely amazing. Other than yeah, like I said, constantly having to be like it's so bad to the point to where like I will wake up in the middle of the night and I'll roll over and I will force myself to go back to sleep because I just don't feel like getting up. And then I go back to sleep for like 5 seconds and then I get up like, okay, I'm gonna go pee because I can't not pee. You gotta go pee or else you're gonna pee in the bed. So it's one or two choices. You can pee in the bed or you get your ass up and go to the bathroom. It's so funny. But y'all know what's something cute? I'll tell y'all one cute thing. Um, every time I get up to go use the restroom, my husband gets up and goes with me every single time. It's fucking, it's cute. I love it. I love it so much. Like he goes with me every single time. And yeah. I love it. I love him. He's the sweetest. He's so amazing. Um, Stay tuned because I'm gonna do a hashtag husband video soon in dedication to my lover, how much I love him, and all the things that he does for me. He's an amazing man. A lot of people in my family haven't got to meet him yet. Actually, my dad and like two of my sisters are the only ones who ever got to meet him in person. Nobody else has. So that's why a lot of people are like they don't know much about him, and they're like on a stage where like sometimes they'll be like, well, at first it was a lot of people who were talking like I was single and a single mother or something, and I'm like, even though like we'll have conversations about him, like it'll be like, okay, so when you're coming home, and I'll be like, I am home, like I'm here with my husband, I'm not going anywhere. Like, oh, like, okay, why would that even be a question if I'm constantly talking about my husband and he's here with me every single day? And just because you haven't got a chance to fully know him like that yet doesn't mean that he's not here with me actively every single step of the way. But that's a conversation for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. If you comment anything, please let it be only support. I don't have time to be in a negative space. I don't have time to put myself in a negative space, and I definitely won't allow anyone to put me in a negative space. This is a place of love and positive energy. We are spreading positive energy every single day, putting out positive vibes only and receiving positive energy back. It's always love everywhere we go. Even for the ones who don't believe in or who don't understand what love actually is. Um, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching my vlog. Don't forget to stay nappy and vibrate high.